What up, world? Welcome to a new episode of the Brand New Show, video podcast edition. As you know, this video will be available on my YouTube channel, Brandon Janu Show. Janeau Show is the YouTube channel where you can catch all the videos. Please go watch. If you like them, hit the like button. If you really like them, subscribe to the channel. You already know. Also, if you like the video a lot and you like the video already and you already subscribed to the page, how about you just comment? That'd be let me know what's going on. So go and enjoy the videos. I did like 3 last week. I've been slipping. Sorry, I was slipping last week. But I'm back and let's start it, man. So like I said, I was slipping. Last week. Also did a podcast episode today called Kickstarter. So go listen to what the hell that's about. But like I said, I've been slipping because last week I was supposed to do this, but I didn't. The only video I didn't do last week was music that has impacted my life and taught me lessons. Well, I'm doing that right now. I didn't do it last week, and a little bit of that was because of me personally, but also a lot of that was also because I was trying to figure out what the direction was. I knew what I was going to talk about. I just didn't know what albums I was going to put in there. So last week, I was pretty much hyping it up and saying I was going to do my top 5 albums of the decade. And I was like, how am I going to do that? So I've decided to not do it in just one big ass video because that's gonna take forever. That's gonna take forever, and I don't think I got that much room to do a big long goddamn video, and I don't think this phone could hold up that long. So here we go. So I'm gonna split it up. So every week that I do music that impacted my life, I'm gonna talk about my top 5 albums of the decade because they mean a lot to me and they mean a lot to the art, the man that I am, the music that I love, the artists that I enjoy, and why I love those artists so much, and why those 5 albums in particular are my favorite albums of the decade. We're in 2021, of course. I am talking about from 2011 to 2021, right now. So I know an album could come out at any time, but for right now, I'm just living in the now. The albums that I've already heard, to me, that I feel that are, to me, my top 5 albums of the decade. So here we go. The first album that I'm talking about for this decade albums, first album out the gate is, of course, the one, the only, Rick Ross. Oh yeah, Rick Ross has had some of my favorite albums. Every time he drops, he's reasons why, his albums are the reason why he's in my top 5 of rappers of all time. And people probably could be like, why is he in your top 5? Because his consistency, man. His consistency. I've never heard a bad verse. I've never heard a verse that he already used on another song. He just might have flipped the words here and there. I've never heard it. All of his mixtapes that I've ever heard has been fucking phenomenal. Rich Forever mixtape is still like one of the most highly regarded mixtapes I've ever heard in my life. The Black Dollar mixtape is also a very fire mixtape. So, he's one of those guys, man. Like I said, all of his albums since the first time I've ever heard him was on, Boys in the Hood. That was when, Jeezy was with Diddy at the time, and they did the Boys in the Hood group. And the first time I ever heard him, that song, when he comes on, he's the first person on that song, Bitches in Business. It's a fucking monster. Like, he just killed that shit. And I was like, yeah, he got something. Then of course later on, I think that was like mid 2005, and then 2006 comes, Port of Miami, and ever since then I've been a fan of Rick Ross. So he has a lot of albums though of this decade that I could easily go with. It's pretty obvious I go with any album of his, even a mixtape. Because that's the thing, I don't just look at albums, I look at anything that I feel like I connect towards. But I do have an album of his that I truly, truly love and respect a lot. And that album is MasterMind. From the beginning of the album, the intro, but then it goes into Rich is Gangster, and it is the dopest fucking song, you know, just made to me as like a second song. He killed it, and it was an incredible song. And then all of the songs on that project fits each other. Even when he takes the Biggie beat, Diddy's talking shit on it, but French Montana's, like rapping like Big, kind of the Nobody. And then anytime him and Jay-Z get together and do a song, it's legendary. Jay-Z was, pretty much signed this man to Def Jam. So to see those two always collab, that is like an iconic thing and an iconic figure. And I love seeing that. And Devil Is a Lie, it's like, I can't remember which song came out first. I think Devil Is a Lie. No. Yeah, I think Devil Is a Lie did. No. I'm tripping. I think Fuck Me, I Got It came out first. And then Devil Is a Lie. So, but anytime Jay-Z and Ross get together, from the first time he did the Hustlin' remix with Jeezy, and Ross and Jay put the verse on there, to now, like anytime I hear Jay-Z and Ross teaming up, that's a fucking moment. Shit, even when they did Meek Mill's song, What's Free, you could tell like they vibe off of each other. That's probably the best rappers collaborations that I've heard that is not like technically tied to each other. Like Jay-Z and Ross, when they get together, it's really boss talk, and I really appreciate that shit. And Devil Is a Lie is just so dope. Hove talking, just real gritty. Like I like that shit. So it was like, oh yeah, I like this song. And then of course, it's featured with The Weeknd. Oh my God, that's still like everybody's favorite song. It's like it's an album cut, but it's not really an album cut. Like it's like a song from the album that everybody fuck with. In Vain is such a dope fucking song, man. It's like such a fucking dope song. And like I was starting to really become a huge fan of The Weeknd at that time, and then like to hear him with one of my favorite rappers, I was like, yeah, this shit works. So I love that song to death, man. That shit is so, it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like it's moody, but it's not really like to the point where you can't understand it. It's perfect. It's a perfect song. I can't even tell you how like that's a good fucking song, man. Y'all know the song. I don't even have to even explain it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all heard that album, you know that song. Definitely. Him and French Montana got another song on there. What a Shame. He's just talking this shit again. Ross just on there just going in, Then of course, his song with who else he got on there? Jeezy. I like War Ready. I like it. It's grown over the last couple of years. It's grown on me. MasterMind is one of my favorite projects, and that song in particular has grown on me. And that was the first time they had collabs since they had their little situation. And I've always been a fan of Ross, and I've always been a fan of Jeezy, and I always loved when them two did kind of team up. So when them two finally did get back together and do that song, I was super excited, but then I had to like tamper expectations. So I was like, oh, I don't know. It's a cool song. I like the song, and like I said, it grew on me later on in life. Black and White, just a dope fucking song. Mafia Music 3. Again, Ross just talking, just going in. I like that shit. Like I don't know, man. Ross, when he talks boss talk, is just a different fucking conversation. Like the dude just different with it. Even when he took the Fuck With Me, I Got It, beat at the end. The deluxe edition of the project, and he took the Fuck With Me, I Got It, at the end of the song. You could tell, like, oh shit, like, nah, he could fucking rap. Like, that is different. Even, Paradise Lost, or, my brother, I think, liked, I think it's on Supreme, I think with Keith Sweat, I think that's who was on the song with him. Cat Williams was doing the intro of it. I think that's what the song is called. I can't remember. But Ross's MasterMind is the peak, I think, of Ross. That is like the peak Ross album. He put that shit perfectly together. And there's not that many artists, like I said again, that can, even him and Wayne doing Thug Cry, like that shit was such a great song. Like taking a old sample, old beat, and then ripping it with that, man. Him and Wayne also, when them two get together, it's a different level, man. I love when Wayne and Ross get together because they vibe off of each other perfectly. They did a song on Ross's album, even John, when off of the Carter 4, and of course, Veterans Day. They got so many fucking songs. Ross and Wayne got so many fucking songs. They probably got some unreleased shit that we don't even know about. They need to do a whole project. I would love to see them do a project, and Ross and Drake, but mainly Ross and Wayne. That'd be a pretty dope project to me personally. And yeah, so that's my album for right now, man. The top 5 album, one of those albums of my top 5 albums of the decade is, of course, Rick Ross's MasterMind. It kind of showed, I think, what his ability is. I think as a musician and as an artist, and in his ear for music, it continues to show. Like I said, he's one of my favorite artists. So of course, when I listen to Ross, I get a different feeling. And of course, he's about to drop another project, Richer Than I Was. I think was the name. Richer. I gotta go look at Richer Than I Was Before, something like that. But what I've been hearing, the samples and shit, and the snippets that he's been dropping on social media here and there, it sound dope. It sound like it's about to be another Ross classic. So I'm looking forward to it. I think if he drops it late in the year, then cool. But if he drops it at the beginning of next year, maybe around my birthday, I mean, I'm not asking. I'm just saying it'd be pretty cool if he dropped it around. He ain't got to drop it on my birthday, but he can drop it on his. Like, we're only 3 days apart. He can drop it on his birthday. I don't give a shit. I'm not picky. But, I would like to hear a Ross album again. Ross always has that music, man, that you gotta ride to, man. You gotta just vibe to. And like I said, man, Ross is one of those guys that consistently, he don't drop bad shit. Even the albums that I wasn't like super connected with at the beginning, I now go back and listen to him and be like, okay, I see what he was saying now. But you had to be a different level of conscious and mentally with the boss feel to understand what he was trying to get to. So Rick Ross, MasterMind's my first album of my top 5 albums of the decade that I personally love and respect. The reason why is because his level of acknowledgement of what he is and where he's come from. And like I said, boss talk, man. He really does put it easy for us, for up-and-comers, grinders, hustlers, whatever you want to call yourself, true entrepreneurs that really want to do this shit and really want to put their name in this shit. He made that album very much for us. So I like when he does jump on songs. I love that. But I love when he does his own shit, because when he does his own shit, you really get the context of where he's going with it. So, also, forgot, damn, him and Kanye and Big Sean, the Sanctified record. I fucking forgot that record. That shit was fucking phenomenal. So, yeah, I mean, at that time, Kanye was kind of like on some the Yeezus shit and all that. I'm like, okay. But when Kanye got on there, you could tell. And that's another collaboration that a lot of people don't understand. Kanye and Ross be fucking vibing together. Them niggas got some songs, man. And I don't know, man. Ross be putting people on different positions. Like, he really do be killing shit, man. So that is the album, Rick Ross. Reason why is because his level of consistency is incredible. And I think MasterMind was the peak of all of that. I think he was, at that time, the biggest name rapper in the game. A lot of people wanted to know who the fuck Rick Ross was, and he absolutely killed it. And by the way, if you haven't heard Port of Miami 2, go listen to it. I can't believe if anybody hasn't heard Port of Miami 2, but go listen to it. Matter of fact, go listen to all of Rick Ross's albums while you're at it. Like, while you at it, just take a long drive and just put on some Rick Ross, and you be like, yeah, okay, I see what he's saying. Okay, so Rick Ross, that's the first artist off the list. Take it off. My first artist with the top 5 album, in my opinion, of the decade that I felt really strongly about, that taught me a lot of lessons, man. So, MasterMind, Rick Ross. And again, like I said, for the next couple of videos, when I do talk about my music interests, man, music that have impacted my life, I'm going to be talking about a lot of those artists. And next time, I will be talking about another artist that has impacted my life with his music in the way he also impacted my mindset when it comes to entrepreneurship and business owning. Till next time, Brandon New, and I'm out. See y'all later. Peace.